So we haven't done a Chelsea video on this channel in a little while. And what better time to start than when we've got 1 win in 7 games. And the last video I made on Chelsea was on December 14th. A long time ago. And I'm pretty sure then they were maybe 2nd or 3rd in the table. And as of recording this, they are in 6th. So a lot has changed in that time. It has not been a very good month and a half for Chelsea. And today I'd like to explore why. Now, just as a heads up, this is probably going to be a very negative video because, to be honest, there isn't very many positive things going on around Chelsea right now. But there is one positive out of all of this, and I'll share it towards the end as we always do in our videos. There's a positive ending, trust me. Now, I was going to record this video straight after Chelsea lost to Man City 3-1 at the Etihad, but I didn't want to become too reactionary. I wanted to let the dust settle a little bit, try and like gain my thoughts, and I was head lost yesterday, man, I tell you. So this would have been a crazy video if I recorded it straight after the game, but my head was gone, man. There was a lot of problems, and I just needed to like take a minute, take an evening to myself, and just chill and be like, all right, it's fine, everything's okay. The grass is green, the sky is blue, you know, trying to like regain the good thoughts, you know. Now, as much as I would love to come on here and scream about Sanchez or Maresca or the Sporting directors, I'll do it in a more calm and collected way instead. But in terms of the game itself going over yesterday, yeah, 3-1, my dudes. Crazy, crazy. They went 1-0 up in 3 minutes, Chelsea, and I thought, okay. I mean, obviously, it was a lucky goal. The poor kid from Man City got a bit unlucky. Mistakes were made. It happens to anyone, right? It's all good. But you know, a nice little gift, you know, you take those, of course you do. So you think, okay, then maybe they can build on it. You know, 1-0 chance, let's go. Don't get that very often at the Etihad so early as well. So optimism was there was hope. So I thought, okay, will they get another? And they had that chance of Cole Palmer for on goal, squared it over to Jackson, misplaced the pass. Jackson didn't really get onto it. So that was a mistake, could have been 2-0. You're thinking, all right, making chances, opportunities, can they keep going? And well, no, they couldn't. It was so bad. So they literally, yeah, there was no real chance I can think of. No real clear-cut opportunity for Chelsea to score another goal. Other than when, obviously, Cole Palmer misplaced that pass to Jackson for that, you know, squared opportunity to make it 2-0. That was it. I don't really remember anything else. Can you? I don't know. And Man City were there for the taking, I can't lie. Like, on the back of Man City's midweek performance against PSG, where PSG ran the show. That was insane. Like, honestly, it was one of the best PSG performances I've seen for a long, long time. They looked incredible. And I thought, okay, here we go. There's a blueprint. You know, there's an idea. Luis Enrique has given Enzo Maresca the plate of a meal of a lifetime. You know what I mean? Enjoy your food. All right? Eat, feed, you know, go cook Pep Guardiola. This is what you must do. All right? Go do it. And what does he do? What does Enzo Maresca do? The complete opposite. I don't understand. Like, Luis Enrique gave you the blueprint. He gave you the tactics. He gave you the performance of what you need to do. The levels required to absolutely boss the Man City team. Go and do the same. All right. Clearly, Man City couldn't handle the press from the midfield or the pressing from the front three or whatever from that PSG, because PSG were phenomenal that day. So why couldn't Chelsea replicate it? Why couldn't Maresca replicate it? Why couldn't the players replicate it? And it's the hope that kills you, my dude, because I was thinking, all right, that's what PSG can do. Maybe Chelsea can do the same. You know, I was thinking, here we go. There's an opportunity. There's a chance that Chelsea can do this. If Man City can get cooked by PSG, maybe Chelsea could do the same. I know, of course not. Of course they bloody can't. Oh, I tell you, I'm getting angry again even talking about it. It's the hope that kills you, my dudes. It's the hope that kills you. But obviously, respect to Man City. You know, GG's, 3-1, well played. They just took their chances. And what I do respect the most, to be fair, is that they found a way to win, Man City. You know, they weren't playing too great, like I said. They're an average performance from them, I thought. Not their best by any stretch. So they resulted to long ball football. Like hoofing it up to Haaland, right? Just from pass it back to the keeper long ball up, all the way up to the striker. Big, tall striker, muscles defenders, gets in behind, scores a goal. You know what I mean? Like, obviously with a helping hand from Robert Sanchez, of course. But like the idea, you know what I mean? Just route one, direct, send it and hope for the best. And it worked. Obviously, Chelsea couldn't handle Haaland. Not many defenders can, to be honest. But the idea, just like Man City realised, okay, we're clearly not doing very well in the passing department, trying to play it through Chelsea. It wasn't working. So they tried something else, and it worked. So that finding a way to win, I respect. And I wish Chelsea would do the damn same. Not saying hoof it up to Jackson or whatever, but just find a way to win, you know? You haven't got to replicate the hoofball or just like direct football. Just find a different way to play the game. Find a different route. If plan A doesn't work, try plan B. and Chelsea would not try and plan B at all, whereas Man City did, and plan B worked, and I respect it. You know, I respect it. Now, whether that comes from the players, whether it comes from the manager, who knows, maybe a bit of both. But yeah, that's the level, clearly, right? That's the level. You find a way to win, plan A don't work, try plan B, try plan C, whatever, you know? Whereas Chelsea was stuck with plan A from minute 1 to minute like 93, I think it was. So, yeah, painful, absolutely painful. Now, I don't want to get into it too deeply, but obviously you must address it, right? The goalkeeper. Robert Sanchez, you know, I mean, it's been beaten to death. Everyone knows that he's the most average, if not below average keeper Chelsea probably have had in their history, right? It's no surprise. Makes too many mistakes for a keeper. Obviously, everyone's allowed a mistake, right? It happens. We're all human. But after 2, 3, 4, 5 mistakes this guy's had, leading to a goal, which is the most out of any keeper in the Premier League. Yeah, something needs to be done, clearly. Like whether it's like support him better, change the system, change plan A, or just get rid of him altogether. I don't know what the answer is, but something's got to change. Because this guy is genuinely losing games for Chelsea. He is costing Chelsea points, alright? And that's a problem, obviously, right? You can't be having that. Your keeper is meant to be helping you win games, helping you draw games, helping you get through games where you're up against it. This guy is just sabotaging at every opportunity. And on one hand, I do respect Maresca trying to persevere, trying to like give him a chance to play through maybe bad form and come out the other side in good form, right? It happens. Every player goes through bad form, bad patches, strikers, midfielders, whatever. And you kind of play them through it, and eventually they'll start scoring, eventually start playing well. But I feel like with the goalkeepers, a little bit different. They need to maybe just give him some time on the bench. I don't know, bring in Jorgensen, the number 2, and just see if he can do something better than Sanchez, because I'm pretty sure he can't be worse. Like, how many more mistakes has Sanchez got to make before he gets dropped? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, it's got to a point where it's a bit crazy now. And I think it's time for Jorgensen to have a go. But for whatever reason, Maresca seems to protect Sanchez like as a newborn. It's mad. So we'll see what happens. But speaking of Maresca, moving on to this geezer, I think he's a bit lost, I can't lie. Not only is he sticking with players that are making crazy mistakes, i.e. Robert Sanchez, but he's also sticking with like Jackson as well. Nothing against Jackson. I love Jackson. He's a quality player, big fan. But he's not having a good run of form. He hasn't scored in like 7 games, I think. Which obviously, you know, like I said earlier, bad patches happen. You kind of play through the bad form and hopefully on the other side of it, they'll start scoring goals. But this guy is general play. Like normally with Jackson, right? As a Chelsea fan, you may know, or other fans in general, you may see it as well. Where like Jackson can influence games without having to score goals or get assists, right? Like he's good at pressing, of course. He's good at making runs down the channel centrally, whatever, linking up play as well. Like the assist he got against Bournemouth when he like muscled off 2 or 3 defenders, played Palmer through on goal and he scored when he fake shot the keeper, sat him down and slotted it home. That was incredible. Like Jackson clearly is a good player, but he's just a bit off the boil in the final third. The last couple of games, he's been making like silly mistakes in dribbling, just giving it away for no reason, not holding it up enough, maybe not doing the right runs. I don't know, but there's a lot going on wrong with his game. That maybe there's a sign that he needs to be dropped as well. But Maresca seems so persistent in just playing these players over and over again. Wherever he's making a point to the board above him saying, hey, look, this guy is a bit off it. We need someone to jump in to replace him when he's not playing well. Give me a player. Which we'll get to the board in a minute. And in those recent games, like, I'm sick to my stomach of watching Chelsea go 1-0 up to then lose or draw the game. Like, what the... Now, obviously, it could happen to any team on occasion, right? You can go 1-0 up, maybe draw 1-0, lose 2-1, last minute, something like that. You know, it happens, right? Every team goes through that. But consistently, like time after time, back to back to back to back, is a problem. There's a genuine script at Chelsea, right? Where they score first and have a great goal. Have like 2 or 3 great chances, Jackson misses. They concede to make it 1-0, the team collapses, and they end up losing last minute. Now, that's happened multiple times in this season, that same script. Whether there's a Sanchez mistake in there as well, probably. It's honestly a crazy script that keeps happening over and over and over again. Now, God knows how you can fix that. I'm no manager, clearly, so yeah, whether it's a mental issue or just like a game management issue from Maresca or the players, I don't know, but something's got to change there. They can't keep going into games where they're leading and end up dropping points. Now, last but not least, of these Chelsea sporting directors is Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're seeing in this team. But they, for whatever reason, right, they refuse to sign a striker, which clearly we need. They refuse to sign a keeper, which again, clearly we need. There's the whole Trevor Chalobah situation where they got rid of him on loan, actually excluded him from the first team, whether that was Maresca potentially as well. And then they bring him back off loan to play him when he gets man of the match in his first game. Unbelievable. And now currently in January, they feel the need to try and sign Garnacho. Alright, like, we don't need another left winger, really. And we're looking at spending like 60, 65 million on Garnacho, which is crazy in itself. But clearly there's money there, right? Clearly got 60 million available to spend on a player, or two, or three, or whatever. So, go and buy a keeper, go and buy a centre-back, go and buy a striker. They can get a couple of good players there with that money. Yet for whatever reason, they're so, like, fixated and tunnel vision on Garnacho. I don't understand. And it's not as if it's been a problem for the past couple of weeks. This has been a problem for years. This has been insane. Like, Chelsea have not had a striker that's probably capable of leading the line for a long time. But I don't understand it, my dudes. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what vision they're seeing for Chelsea, whether they're buying young players all the time just to sell them on, who knows. Or they genuinely have visions of this squad like succeeding in like 2 or 3 years time. I don't know. But I know right now, this team ain't it. Alright, obviously we called it back in the video I made, you know, like a month and a half ago, where Chelsea were not in the title race because there was a blip coming. Like, we kind of foresaw that, right? This team is too young, the youngest team in the Premier League. Like, a blip is going to happen, of course it is, but this blip has been pretty bad. And how long it continues to go on for, we shall see. Hopefully it will end soon, right, as a Chelsea fan, but I'm sure rival fans are buzzing. Hopefully it goes on forever, right? Hey, we'll see, we'll see. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did tell you guys there's one positive, all right, about all of this situation about Chelsea. There's one positive, right? And to be honest, it's we're one game closer to the end of the season. That's all I got. I'm so sorry. If you waited for that, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for watching the video. But yeah, we're one game closer to the end of the season. It's getting there, my dudes, slowly but surely. But yeah, that's going to do it today, my dudes. Thank you all for watching as always. Appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you. It's very kind. Amazing. If you got to this far in the video, you're a real one. And leave a like if you did enjoy as well. Subscribe if you are new. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video when we talk about some football in a bit.